Okay, I want to demonstrate the 5 lines because I just got an alert. It is the alert basically came through at 6:26 Eastern Standard Time, which is 3:26 my time, and it says RPGL. So I went over to RPGL, and it says that the bottom of the poll is $2.38. So what I'll do, I'll grab this and put this at $2.38 right there, and it says the top of the poll is 249. So I'll grab this and go 249 top of the poll. And it says the middle of the poll is, grab this first, middle of the poll is 244. So I'm going to put 244 in here. Bang. So when I'm doing the 5 lines, let's get rid of some of these confusing lines up here. And make it cleaner. Okay. Now, granted, we're in pre-market. It's pretty thin. So when we're doing the 5-9 analysis, this is the bottom of the poll because this is where it made its lowest high right here. So higher high, these are all the same, higher high. Then we have a pullback, confirms it. Now the key to the 5 lines, if it crosses the 50%, this trade is not a trade that you want to take because it crossed the 50. That's how easy it was to use the 5 lines. I don't need the other 2 lines because it already broke the rule of crossing the 50. So this is a trade that I'm not interested in, but this is an alert that we got. Now let's go back to, we had 2 alerts. I was a little late on the second alert. Let's look at CAST. CAST has an alert and it says that the bottom of the poll is 342. So we'll go to 342 at the bottom of the poll. Right here at the bottom of the poll. And it says the top of the poll is 361. So 361. Cool. And it says the midpoint of this one is 351. So we'll go 351. Okay, it has not crossed the 50. Now, this is our pullback right here. Now, notice that it did break the high, so I can draw the 4th line because this is where it broke. This is the lowest high right here. So we have a higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. This is the pullback, but this is the lowest high of all these candles right here. The next candle did break on this wick right here. So technically this would have been an entry. But remember I was talking about in the video, the wiggle room? Well, that's the time you wait for maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, 90 seconds. That's the time you want to wait just in case it takes a dip down. So even though this was the price that you would have potentially entered on, I would have waited a few seconds. When I saw this, like, oh, I'm definitely going to wait a little bit longer because this might not be a good trade. And just wait and try to peek again and it fell right back down again. This is still not a good trade. Now that I'm 1, 2, 3 going 4 out from the time that it should have broke this high, didn't break the 50 yet, I'm like, so I'm really not interested in CAS because it doesn't look like a good trade to me. Even though we have even though we have the poll coming up, and let me just draw the poll for you in a horizontal fashion line. So this is our lowest low and this is our highest high. This is our poll right here. This is the Pixie poll. The algorithm actually looked at this and said, this is a poll that we like. Now the performance of this wasn't good. We know it broke right here. It broke the higher high. This is the next higher low. So this is our pullback. Now we draw this line on the pullback once this candle completes. Now if there's a lower candle that completed another pullback, we would lower this line to the next candle. Then we're able to tell where our stop loss is going to be. If this was the candle that we're looking at, then as our lowest low and it started to break higher and higher, where would our stop loss go? Well, our stop loss would go at the bottom of the lowest high. And that happens to be here. And there's a mathematical formula that the program calculates that says it's not exactly the bottom, but it's a mathematical formula. It comes out to be about a penny. And that's where the stop loss will be in this trade. So I normally make that color red. And I normally make this color right here. It's the midpoint yellow. You can use whatever color you want though. So I can see right now that this is definitely a bad trade. Glad we waited for the wiggle room. Let me show you where the wiggle distance is. I'll just grab a box right here. And we know that it broke right in here is the wiggle room. This is where it pulled back. This is where it broke the high. So this is technically like an entry, but this is where we waited out, and immediately we saw it going down, 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 almost getting down to the 50. When it gets down to the 50, we're definitely not in. Then we're just still waiting. This is a whole minute because we're in a 1 minute time frame. So we got 60 seconds that we said, no, we're not in this trade. The longer we wait, the more confidence we get of not taking this trade. So here it goes again. It pops back up, open, since this is a purple candle. I mean, yeah, a pink candle. It opened from the bottom and went up, went up, went up, came back down real fast. Still don't have confidence in the still. This one opened and went down, is having a hard time breaking. So this is not a trade, especially when it broke the 50 right here. This is not a trade we want to be in. And being how many candles out it is, these are minutes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes out. You don't want to take this type of trade. This is a great alert that came through. We're able to analyze it and see how not to take a trade that generates a pull.